Hello. Thank you for listening and watching Youhadoptions. This episode, I have Dante Graziani on. We are in his shop, Swamp Rags, in New Orleans. Dante, plug all your social media and all your exploits.
Absolutely. Thank you for saying my name right. You were very nervous about.
Well, it was I had tried to figure it out on my own.
You did
before.
Great. You did great. Graziani, just phonetically, you did
right.
it. Yeah, you can reach me. My personal Instagram is swampshark666. Swamp Rags, just at Swamp Rags is my business Instagram. If you want to check out a podcast I used to do with my buddy Matt Harmon, who's crew with Less Than Jake, it's Tour Pass Podcast. That's on all streaming services. Check out Pairs, the band. Check out Joystick, fucking band I play with sometimes. That's about it, I think.
Thanks, Dante. Yeah. Right. Check out Youhadoptions at Youhadoptions. I have a shirt now. You can go to www.thehandsomescoundrels.com/shop and it's there. Yeah. Thanks again, Dante.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thanks for coming.
Hell yeah. Thanks for listening and watching. Dante.
Sir.
Hello.
That light's just strobing over
there.
there.
Oh, man.
Now. Oh, sorry. We're going. Hi.
We're going.
Hello. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Swamp Rags.
Welcome to Swamp Rags. I opened a store. I'm doing that. I'll be here. If anyone wants to assassinate me, I'll be here probably every day of my life now.
Do you find a lot of people have it out for you in that sort of way?
I would hope not. No. I'm going to say no. No.
But one or two, maybe?
Yeah. No. Yeah. Maybe a couple people in Germany. That's a whole thing.
Oh, man.
German merch people. German people with merch, it's like, it's not fun. I don't know how many of your listeners are German, but they're very particular, and sometimes they annoy me. Sometimes they're mean, and I tell them, you know what, you can't buy anything here. And so, therefore...
Wait, these are German people.
German people at shows that are trying to buy merch. And
do you have do you have an example?
They're just, I don't know. They could, this is not how I wanted to start, but it's fine.
We don't have to talk about it if you want to.
No, Germans, I've talked about it on my podcast as well. Germans are particular people. They are factual speaking people.
Yes.
And sometimes they might say things that are like rude to you and me, but to them it's not. I don't know, like, your merch sucks. I would buy your merch if the merch was better, but this merch is garbage, or like whatever. Like, just say shit like that. Like, it's helpful. No, I don't. The ultimate move when people are trying to buy merch and they're being rude to you is to tell them, I'm not selling you anything.
Oh,
and
then they want it more.
Yeah. That's the power move, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, other than like 3 people in Germany that did that too. Pretty sure I'm on good terms with most. So.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Try to be.
That's funny. I have a German friend, and I sent him some of our music, and he's like, "I don't like this."
Yeah.
He's like, "I don't like this music."
Yeah. I love Germany, and I have a lot of very good German friends.
Oh, yes.
It's just cultural.
They're
it's all cultural. Yeah. Oh, this guy Stefan, who drove for Pairs a few times, like, he we always fuck with him. Like, we're like, Stefan, I love you, and he's like, thank you, and he's like, say it back, and he's like, I don't mean it. I don't use that word. I don't use that word loosely. Which is like a cultural difference. Whereas, like, you know, you could give someone a fucking extra egg roll at the fucking Chinese restaurant. Be like, oh my God, I love you. And over there, it's not.
No.
Yeah.
Love means
the serious word.
Yeah.
So
they're not just throwing around love.
no, I love White Claw.
Yeah.
That's how much I say it.
How long have you had the store? When did it open?
We're brand new. We opened July 31st. I think today's the 20th. Today's
Yeah.
the 19th. So yeah, we're very, very brand new. But this has been a long work in the making. Yeah, crazy path. I never would have thought this would be a thing. I was doing this type of shit before COVID.
Like not thrift. What do you call it? Like vintage.
Vintage. Yeah, I was just doing vintage stuff before COVID.
Stuff, yeah.
This guy Jordan, who played guitar in this band called the Frights, he got me into it, and I've always loved nostalgia. I've always loved thrifting with my dad, or like antiques and all that shit. So nostalgia is like a fucking drug, you know. Yeah. I just saw what my buddy Jordan was doing and just ran with it. And then COVID happened, and I'm like, I'm just gonna spend all my time and energy doing this.
So you're going to like estate sales and different.
Yeah, thrifting every day. Estate sales are for sure where, like, if you're buying like a collector's, like a guy that, like, if you're buying someone's like whole lifetime collection of shit, you're gonna have a better day in an estate sale versus like a month in a thrift store.
Yeah,
it's just it's thrift stores are great. Estate sales is like when it's like, that's when you're really like hauling shit, you know.
That's weird. Yeah, I've never thought about it that way. So like, at an estate sale, you are funneling stuff through this person who is like, might have had very specific like Elvis collection or something.
Yeah, or like, I mean, shit, dude. I went to a house that was like Mickey Mouse. They called it the Mickey Mouse house in the listing. Like, they just had so much Disney shit and Universal shit, and like these people were just obsessed with it. There's a house I went to last year that like Star Trek, like just everything Star Trek.
Okay.
I drove to Montgomery, Alabama, actually.
Shout out
all those puffer jackets. Yeah, shout out to the boys out there. All those puffer jackets in the corner came from this one guy's house, and this guy was into every sport and every NASCAR driver and every like country artist. Like, he just had 30 of everything, of every team. Yeah. And one of the local dudes there was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know what team it was. It was like Auburn, and
Alabama.
And what's Crimson Tide?
Alabama.
Yeah. He's like, why does he have both of those?
You can only have one.
You can only have one. Right. And he's like,
you must choose.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Also, estate sales are the biggest fucking rush in the world.
How so?
I mean, just imagine breaking into someone's house and stealing anything you want legally.
Oh shit.
And you're not stealing it, you're paying for it, but it's basically, I mean, like, the profit margins are just crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you're into reselling, or if you're into just collecting, if you've always wanted a thing, whatever your thing could be, you know, I'm about to go in this guy's house and take whatever I want. And like, it's a thrill.
Do you ever like, so your mindset going into it is you're robbing this person?
I mean, okay, but also at the same time,
in a fun way.
But also sometimes
a Pink Panther way.
Yeah. Sometimes I get kind of sad, and like, because it's a dead person's house, and you know, it is kind of a weird trip. It's like people are like rummaging through this house and like picking through shit, and like, and it's like, I don't know, it's someone's like whole life there in things, and things in general are crazy, you know, like connections that you have to things and whatever. And for it all to just be like sold in a day is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, a lot of meaning put into something that to me, you know, it might not mean anything, but to this person, it was like, you know, some memory wrapped up in it.
Yeah. But, you know, it's gotten me looking at things differently too.
Ooh.
In general, I'd say, like, just, I don't know. Yeah. You also never know what the fuck is going to be, you know, a thing. I don't have a good example, but like, okay, for instance, like I remember as a teenager taking a cruise to Mexico, and there's all these like rap tees of like Tupac and Biggie and like whatever. Those shirts are worth $1,000 each now, and they were just at this like little corner store in Mexico. You know what I mean? Like you just never know, and so, and I'm not condoning hoarding, but like, it aggravates me, people that are just like, not aggravates me, but like, my mom basically my whole life was like, let's get rid of shit, and I'm like, no, I don't want to get rid of shit. I want to like, I don't know, whatever. But there's a fine line. Yeah. Whatever.
As long as you know you don't have like cat mummies.
Don't be a
like,
hoarder.
Yeah.
Don't be gross about it. Yeah. It's fun though. Yeah. I never thought this would be a thing, but it's what I'm doing with most of my time now.
Have you found something when you going through the estate sales or thrifting, like that you somehow you got sentimental about, and you're like, I don't want to resell this?
Yeah, I'm pretty selective on like the stuff that I keep for myself. It's yes and no. There definitely are some of those things like, but for the most part, I'm like churn and burn. I just want to fucking flip it,
right?
You know? Like, and doing the store is great because it's just more of a numbers game.
Yeah,
it's just volume. It's like, whereas other people online who don't have a storefront are probably trying to curate more and trying to like do one piece at a time. I'm like, let's just fucking put it up there and it'll go, and then we'll put another one up there and do that 30 times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had sentimental like estate sales where it's like not necessarily about one item, but like about like the whole experience of that day.
Okay.
And just, I don't know. It's just like a crazy day. But this is kind of a winded thing, but like the big catalyst of us, me and my business partner, Chris Olson, opening this store is, long story short, it's kind of related to touring. These people locally in New Orleans used to tour with like Ozfest and all these other festivals. And they just sold like novelty t-shirts of just like movies or I don't like anything.
Yeah.
Just, it was kind of like a mobile Spencer's.
Okay.
But for like festivals, but not as gross.
Yeah.
You know,
wiener straws and yeah.
Always the dicks.
So many dicks.
Yeah. So they did that. Katrina happened. They packed it up. They stopped that part of their business.
Yeah.
COVID happened. They shut down their stores here. That was similar, like novelty stuff. They shut them down and they had to liquidate everything. So they put 3,000. They had this yard sale basically. And we literally met up for coffee like the day before, the Monday before, and it was a Saturday.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to get down here right now. And it's 3,000 dead stock vintage shirts just sitting out there. And they're like, how much for all of it? And they give us a price, and we're like, that's not bad, but that's a lot of money.
It's a lot, yeah.
And then we start digging through it, and we're like, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Fuck, it's all really cool. We just got to get it all. And yeah, that's kind of what made all this happen. It was 3,000 shirts.
Damn. So you guys bought the whole thing?
Bought the whole thing, tripled the investment, and still have a lot of it upstairs. Yeah, this Mars Attack shirt that's part of it. Yeah, we had a bunch of those.
A bunch of Mars Attack shirts?
Yeah.
So why was there so many Mars Attack shirts?
It was just crazy. Like,
they were just
Mars Attack shirts, like Clockwork Orange shirts, Simpson shirts, South Park shirts, like anything.
Oh, okay.
You know, they just had all these, and they just toured with Ozfest. And some people would call them dirt merchants, which is a term for like
derogatory.
Sorry, we could edit that. You want to write down?
I'll edit out. We're at 12:42. Yeah, edit out dirt merchant.
Is that actually you think?
What?
Dirt, like, are you? I didn't know if you were doing a bit.
I'm doing a bit. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Fuck, maybe that is a term of like.
I don't know.
Has some terrible. Anyway,
it sounds like you don't want to be a dirt merchant. When I think of dirt merchant, I think of like
I just think of hippies.
Wook. Yeah. Like
which
crusty people.
I'm fine with being derogatory to fucking
Of course.
wooks,
They have no
dude.
feelings. Yeah.
No.
They're so high. They're doing whippets. God knows what else.
Yeah, speaking of that, man, I don't know how much you walked around the French Quarter here in New Orleans today.
A little bit.
It's off season. Once I don't know how Mobile is for that culture, but once it gets cooler, October, November, they come here in droves and hang out, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of the perfect city for that. You could drink on the street and, you know.
Yeah. It's funny in Mobile, anytime you see a crust person, a person of the crust persuasion, they're always trying to get to New Orleans.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. It's kind of a straight shot.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you know. Anyway, I mean, I'm assuming you mostly want to talk about like music stuff there.
We can talk about music stuff.
Talk about t-shirts.
No, I love talking shop because it's in your space here. What's this main street right here?
We are on St. Louis, the main street. We're a block off Decatur, which is the main street. Decatur has, if you go that way, it's the St. Louis Cathedral, and we're very close to that. Cafe Du Monde,
right.
All that shit.
So this is like a pretty good. This is a crazy location.
It is, and man, we have 1,500 square feet here, and I wanted like 500 square feet.
Yeah, this is a pretty big spot.
Yeah, and my business partner fucking made the right call and was like, dude, we gotta just go for it. You know? And we've had a great first month and looking forward to many, many more. Yeah, I've always wanted to live in the French Quarter.
Yeah.
I still haven't done that, but I mean, this is a good next step, you know, that I'm fucking stoked on.
Spend a lot of your time here.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. I'm born and raised, you know, in the New Orleans area. I love New Orleans. And, you know.
So you've been here your whole life.
Yeah. Did the Katrina thing. Katrina was kind of, as I'm sure we're going to do with COVID, it's like pre 9/11, post 9/11, pre Katrina,
it's like
same thing with COVID.
They call it like signposts, where it's
exactly
pre Katrina, post Katrina.
Yeah, and crazy for me is that like I didn't go to shows before Katrina.
Yeah,
I'm turning 29 on Monday, so I was a little younger, and I was in middle school and I started going to shows. So like that kind of started the second chapter of my life. Like, here's this, you know, thing that you're gonna. It didn't ruin my life like the cliche punk rock ruined my life. It was great. It you know, things are great. But yeah, just another one of those crossroads things of just like New Orleans post Katrina was kind of a crazy thing. It's like there was a unity and there was just like a sense of like we're gonna fucking do this, you know. And kids had nothing else to do, and like shows were crazy back then.
Really,
you know, Actually, Aaron, who forget his last name, I apologize. His page is in the defense of ska and all that. He has a book.
Oh, right, yeah.
Aaron Keynes.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aaron.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, he interviewed me the other day and talking a lot about that, and like, it's crazy. It's like punk ska was like going crazy here when it really wasn't anywhere else in the country. You know. Yeah. Did you guys have any of that at all? Like,
I guess ska movement?
Yeah. There was a band called Shut Up Travis back in the day. They weren't maybe they were from Mobile.
I know that name.
Yeah. Maybe Montgomery. I don't know.
Shut Up Travis. Yeah. There's a couple like Mississippi ska bands.
Yeah, there's Stereotype and our buddies.
Stereotype,
Raccoon Suit and all them. And,
yeah. Stereotype's been around for a while. Yeah. I don't know when they started. Or they might have just like got back together or something.
I think that was the first band I saw at my first show of like, I mean, I went to like concerts with my parents or whatever, but like,
right, but going to a punk DIY show.
Yeah, all ages venue thing. It was like, this is what I want to do every weekend, you know, and you know,
yeah, there's a pretty decently popular band called Pain.
Pain?
Pain from Mobile.
No.
Yeah. But that's probably, I don't know, it's probably the biggest ska band I can think of.
Sure.
Was ska always your thing?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I don't know why I said sort of. It just like right place, right time, you know, for New Orleans and shit. And like, it started with like my best friend who's in Joystick, like bringing over a Real Big Fish CD, and it was just like, what the fuck? I've heard something like this. What is it? You know? And then like putting a name to it and like diving deep into it, and then realizing like, holy shit, there's a local scene of like all these kids that are also into this. Mm-hmm. Just blossomed. I will always love it. I still love it.
Ska.
Yeah. I don't know how much I listen to it comparatively to back then. You know, I still do. But for the most part, I don't know. In general, I'm kind of in a weird point in my life where like music is not as much of my life as it used to be because touring's not happening.
Non-existent, yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion. And I've just shifted and like focused on this shit, which is great, vintage, which is great, but it's kind of a melancholy thing right now. Just music being like kind of like
like in flux and like limbo type of.
Yeah, because for me it was always a live show. Like, I love listening to albums, but I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna have a 45-hour-long minute debate about like which Menzinger's album is the best, you know, or whatever the fuck.
Which is the best Waitress song?
Yeah,
I'm just joking.
You know, I'm just like, I'm just not that guy, and I have plenty of friends that are. They're like, oh well, this one is like, you know, I'm not gonna review an album. I don't know. It's always been about the live show.
Yeah.
And then whatever sticks out to me at the live show, that's the song that I'm gonna try to find and I'm gonna listen to. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty devastating that like that's just not a thing. It's becoming more and more a thing. But you know, it's just like it's. And it's also not just about the show. It's about the whole experience, getting the beer, getting the T-shirt, doing the whole fucking thing. And for that to just disappear like that is fucking so fucked, you know? And, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that. It's so weird, like how many people you meet through music and you don't realize how many people you've met until you're in some like, maybe another country or on the other side of our country, and you go to a show or something, you see people that you know, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've have a whole fucking network of people around the world of just like a lot of people I know from touring and from doing shit is like there's a gray area of like I don't know when I met you.
Right.
Even when you came in today, I'm like, dude, I've met you. Like,
somewhere.
You're familiar. Like, you know, it's this gray area of like this that's just always been a thing, and I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Existence in general is crazy, and then it's like weird to be into certain circles where like, you know, we're all here because of like a certain band, a certain whatever scene. Yeah, it's a trip, and it's like equally huge and like not that big at the same time.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah, they're in a weird like web.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like connections. You know, fucking. Right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to get back out there. I'm supposed to be leaving for a tour in September.
Can you say what tour?
Oh yeah, I can.
If you want to.
Less Than Jake just announced a tour, which I'm not going on, which I'm bummed about because I'm already booked for this.
Oh no.
I'm curious what your reaction is going to be to this band.
I'm excited.
It's a '90s band.
Okay.
They're called Toad the Wet Sprocket. You know them?
I know Toad the Wet. Yeah.
I honestly didn't before I got the job, and recognizable. You know.
Yeah. What was their big song?
All I Want.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The best way to
I want feel this way.
It's the montage song for like a '90s love scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like I'm trying to explain what that band is like to people that don't know them. I'm like, okay, their last like co-headlining tour was with Bare Naked Ladies, And they're like, oh, okay.
Okay. I know bare naked ladies.
Yeah.
So, like, how did you get set up with Toad the Wet Sprocket?
My roommate,
okay.
I live in a house with, I met my roommate working for Hamilton, the musical, locally.
What? Oh, okay.
I was doing merch for Hamilton, the musical. No, I'm not.
Slinging merch. I didn't.
Yeah, it was a local gig. That gig actually kind of sucked. Like, they were very corporate. And
I'm
like,
sure.
I know what I'm doing. And they're like, telling me, like, all right, so, like, their culture is to, like, you know, going to Hamilton is the same as going to Disney World for these people, and you have to, like, treat them as such, and, like, don't ever ask, is that it? Which ask them, is there anything else you're interested in? We don't want them to think that the money that they're spending isn't enough. The tickets are very expensive. The merch is very expensive. I'm like, I hate this. Why am I doing this for fucking $12 an hour? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so my roommate LJ, shout out the homie. She me and her were on break, and, like, I ended up being like, so what else do you do? And she's like, oh, I tour. And I'm like, oh my God, I do too. She kicks ass. Her husband, Pat, he's like the last tour, or like the last things that she's currently out with Guns N' Roses. And he's doing flyouts every now and then working for Bruno Mars. So like they're up there. And they know a ton of people. And and then eventually I was looking for a house to live at because my situation was tricky because I'm like in and out on tour, or I was in and out on tour. I'm like, all right, I need to find a place that's just month to month, that's clean and nice. And yeah, it was them, and turns out we have a million mutual friends and all that. So yeah, things were popping back up, and I've grown to love them, and we all have like a good household and shit. And fucking friend of hers who tour manages To the Wet Sprocket is like, we need a merch guy, and so here I am. There I will be. So
yeah,
link in bio. Probably not.
How many dates?
It's fucking 2 months.
Ooh,
which is like
buddy.
Jumping right back into it and doing 2 months straight is scary. And my business partner is awesome, and like we had a long talk about it today, and he's like, oh dude, I'm fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it. You know, he's like, I'm more stressed about it than he is. He's fine with it. So and I was telling him this today too. It's like, dude, you're like not the same person at the end of the tour than you are at the beginning of a tour. Uh-huh. You know, if it's a month long, it's like your perspective and like things are not the same.
Right. Your eyes are glazed over.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know. A lot can happen in a month, let alone 2 months, and it's scary. But you know, that's always been the plan. That like this will be a second income for me. This will be like a investment in a project, and I'll have the touring as well.
Yeah.
Because I only had like 5 years of touring, and only like 3 of those were like really comfortable in a bus and like getting paid money that I could survive on. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of it was eating shit.
Right.
You know, which I don't regret. It was great, but it was eating shit.
Gotta pay your dues, man.
Yeah. Exactly. Fucking right.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. The Hamilton thing just threw me off.
Yeah, that was definitely...
Did they make you dress up? And
you had to wear a Hamilton t-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I was hoping they would make you
wear
like...
I was the only guy.
1800s.
It was all girls. It was all female people except for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it didn't trip me up too much, but I'm just like, why am I doing this? It was just another thing of like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
But it was, changed my life. I fucking met my roommate and like, whatever. Things are crazy. I saw a meme the other day that was like, when people go back in time in movies, they're worried about fucking anything up because the smallest change can like...
Butterfly effect.
But the butterfly effect, but like in the present, you don't think about that.
No.
You know, we're just fucking gunning it. Like, let's just...
Oh, man. Are you a movie guy?
Yeah. I do love movies. I don't know, but...
I just watched Primer the other day. You know Primer?
Primer.
It's a crazy time travel thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That just made me think of Primer.
I don't think I've seen Primer. I shouldn't say I'm a movie guy. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen that I fucking should. I could get shamed for real bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Duck's a great movie guy. Duck from Joystick, when you get him on.
Shout out. Yeah.
Shout out to the boy. Yeah.
So, but you also, you're telling me earlier, you played in joystick.
I do play in joystick sometimes. I'm not the original drummer. I'm also not on any recordings really.
Okay.
Like I'm on like recordings. Like I play the newest album. I play drums on one song that's like an interlude, and there's 2 drummers on it. And also I fucking hate recording. Like that is
stressful.
It's like the same as like doing my taxes. I'm like, this
stressful.
is not fun for me.
Right, not fun. No.
And Kyle, the drummer of joysticks, great at it and enjoys it, I think. So
yeah,
happy to trade off. Yeah, I'll play with them locally or on tour if I have nothing else going on and they need a guy. I think the last tour that they did I was on, I want to say. Yeah, it's a good time. I like doing it. I'm not the best drummer. Definitely a better merch manager or tour manager than a drummer, but I do enjoy it. I'm not quick enough on my right. I'm also so I'm left-handed and I play on a right-handed kit, so I play open like this.
Yeah,
you know. And then on top of that, like my right foot isn't fast enough. I can't do the double up punk beat, you know.
Yeah.
It's without making drum noises with my mouth, I can't really describe it, and I don't want to do that. But whatever. I have limitations basically of what I can do, but fucking at one point, it's so stupid, like, and naive, but at one point, like, the original drummer of Pears was like, I'm not going to tour, and like they were trying to figure out a drummer, and Brian wanted me to do it, and I'm like, no. Absolutely not. I'm not playing drums in that band.
Yeah.
I just whatever. I'm like, I'm not good, dude. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, that's a big, like, I know their songs are pretty.
God, I can't. And it was like first album too, Go to Prison, which is like not as insane, I think, technicality wise or whatever, but still, just I can't hold a flame to that or whatever the expression is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So with your shift into the store, was there any thought of like, I'm just going to do this?
What do you mean? Like,
instead of like going back out on the road?
That's what I was saying is like, I only have 5 years under my belt of like really doing it. And like, it seemed like, part of me was like, I need more. I need some more touring. I need some countries I want to go to. There's some places I want to see, whatever. I got to get back out there as soon as I can. I still feel that way. I still want to tour. However, I was telling my business partner this earlier too. It's like, not that I'm here to work. When I'm touring, I'm there to work, and not that I don't want to work, but like, if touring means you don't get to do anything on your days off, you have to like stay in a hotel room. If it means that you have to, that you can't like hang out after the show, you can't like, if it's basically like a bare bones, like almost lockdown in between shows, not that I'm not going to do it, but that kind of sucks, like that's, I don't know. I don't know how to tour in this world right now without it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, because we were talking before, and it's like, is it worth going through the trouble of setting stuff up, setting up shows, and
to be locked down for 2 weeks,
getting merch made, shit like that,
and then if one person gets it or whatever, and like, all right, well, that person has to leave, and we get someone else, or like if. You know what I mean? It could be real messy. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. There was just that moment where it seemed like it was like we did it before the Delta variant was out and about. It was like there was a moment where it was like, from here on out, we're that shit's in the past. We're good.
Yeah.
Shows can happen.
We're back, baby.
Yeah, dude. Yep. For a second, and then like. It was too good to be true, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. We had a great show locally, Pears and Joysticks double
at the skate park.
Release. Were you there?
No, but I wanted to make it out, but I remember like it was like there's a 90% chance of rain.
We did it under a bridge.
Yeah.
And it didn't actually rain.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a beautiful moment. Beautiful show, and like just people I haven't seen in years, and just people came from all
There's
over.
a lot of, I saw people posting videos, and there's a lot of people there.
Some dude flew in from Denver. We had some friends from Houston. Real quick, I just want to shout out to Hollis Murphy, rest in peace, local legend.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know about him?
Yeah.
Dude, that was such a fucking devastating loss to
Bummer.
the world.
Yeah.
But we sent him off, and traditionally New Orleans funeral was a beautiful service and all that.
Nice.
Fucking sucks, man. That's that's a fucking bummer.
It's tough, man.
Get fucking vaccinated.
Yeah.
Don't
play around
with that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking, like we were just saying, like, life is so weird.
Yeah.
It's so fragile, but like,
yeah,
you don't feel that way. Like me driving 80 miles an hour over here.
Right.
I wasn't like, oh my God, I could hit like a bump and just like my car flip over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's I'm in therapy. I love therapy.
It's good. Yeah.
And I've worked through a lot of issues, but also it's just good just to check. I would love to push that as well, just as a thing that everyone should do. Anyone that's listening, like, just check in and just like,
yeah,
even if everything's going great,
right.
It's good to like reflect and like think on yourself and your life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, whatever. It's just existence.
Yeah. And
weird.
And for me, in my experience, and I think this is general, like, it's good to talk to somebody who has like no
unbiased.
Even if your parents have bias, like good, bad, or indifferent, they do. Your friends have bias.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did a New Orleans bug just fly in my mouth?
Yeah, we have some bugs in here. Sorry. It's swamp rats because it is an actual swamp. Yeah.
You got so many humidifiers in here.
I have one humidifier, and it's actually a diffuser. I put lavender in it. It gives the aroma of a calming place. Makes people spend more. I don't know.
Yeah. That bug ruined our beautiful moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's existence, man.
Damn, chill.
Motherfuckers. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the craziest thing you found in your thrifting? Thing you were just like, fuck, this is fucked up, or this is weird.
Oh, like weird?
Yeah.
Shit, hold this, actually.
Oh, you got it?
I'm gonna see.
Dante is now searching for a piece of a thrift piece.
There's this buddy of ours locally who has a shop called Low Timers, and it's like more 70s and stuff earlier than that. And he's a good friend of ours, and like we trade and like help each other out with shit. He's super into Snoopy, like anything Snoopy or like that shit, Okay. We actually have 2 of these shirts. I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Yeah.
It's
Oh my God.
It's this fucked up like 70s shirt. It's got to be 70s. It looks like Charlie Brown with like I don't know, acid eyes decapitating Snoopy.
Oh, just all pupil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have 2 of them for some reason.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's so bizarre. And so my
it.
buddy Ham at Low Timers is like, that's so fucked up, but I need it. So he's going to buy them off of us. Yeah, I don't know. I was doing a thing where it was like, I wasn't really doing it. I did a thing once where like, I was like getting shirts with Confederate flags on them, or like I had a shirt that said like "Welcome to America" and I speak English, and it was like vintage. And I just burned it, I just like put videos online of me throwing them in a fire pit, know. Yeah. Also, dude, it's fucking fucked. Like, there's a lot of estate sale companies that think it's fine to sell like, I don't know. I know the art. They sell Nazi stuff, like actual World War II Nazi stuff. And the argument is like, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. It's like, oh, you know, those are war souvenirs. The soldiers brought those back. Yeah. I'm like, sure, but you have no control of who's going to buy it. And chances are it's going to be a guy who's maybe a little too into it. Or like whatever. Yeah. And also, I don't know. It's like, oh, maybe that should be in a museum. It's like, I think we have enough things in museums to remember. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's fucked up to think about. I understand the importance of war souvenirs. I just have no tolerance for fucking that type of shit. Nazi shit. You know?
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely. It's definitely.
It's fun to buy it and then destroy it. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it like? What's the intention behind? I guess what's the intention behind you buying it? You know what I'm saying? It's like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you're buying it to be like, I don't know, they did some good. I don't know, they built the first interstate. I don't know.
The trains ran on time. Idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Confederate flag stuff is even. I mean, you know about that living in Alabama. I mean, dude, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm ashamed to admit it, but as a child, I thought it was a cool looking flag. And I thought, oh, it's a rebel flag, the rebellion, you know? And thankfully my fucking dad was like, absolutely not. Right. We don't fuck with that. Yeah. That's disgusting, whatever. Yeah. And kind of like, I'm so glad he did, you know? But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
There are still folks like the Confederate Sons of Confederacy group that's like, we're descendants of the Confederacy. And
it's 4 years. It was 4 years long.
Yeah.
It's not that long. It's not that serious.
Right. It's some bullshit. Yeah.
But more episodes. They have more seasons of The Office than they did years of the
That's true. The Office, Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Most
shows.
Yeah. You should praise The Office way more than the Confederacy.
You're a big fan of The Office?
Oh, yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But I don't really watch it anymore. They're my sleep friends.
Yeah, they moved to Peacock,
yeah.
And I don't have Peacock.
I don't either. Then my fucking homie out in Baltimore was like, because I like post online like.
I got you. I got the login.
Yeah, but I only have it on my phone. I can't put it on my TV at the house. And like I said, they're just my sleep friends. I don't even watch it. They just sing me to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big. It's Always Sunny guy.
Same, yeah.
Sleep friend. Yeah. I think I've outwatched Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I can't consume it anymore.
I love Seinfeld. I haven't dove as deep as I should. I love Curb for sure.
Oh yeah.
Seinfeld, I know. Like it. It's the perfect premise. It's a perfect show about nothing. You know, obviously.
But it's about nothing and everything at the same time.
Yeah. I need to just do it like start to finish. Just do Sopranos because there's a lot of holes. Sopranos. I just finished Sopranos earlier this year, and that's why it's on my mind. Yes,
the movie, started the prequel is coming out.
Looking
Saints
forward to
of Newark.
Yeah, big fan of Sopranos for sure. That took me a while. I just got Brian from Paris to invest his time into it. He's watching Sopranos for the first time right now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Also, he's a dad now, which is crazy.
Shout out.
Brian from Paris and his son Leo and his wife Catherine. Good fucking people. Yeah. Have you seen Pears at all? You know about Pears?
I know about Pears. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen them at Fest.
Yeah.
I've seen them at Fest. Yeah, great band.
Yeah. I love them.
Shred Fest.
Yeah.
Cool vocals. They got it all.
They're all the same height. Also. And when I was tour managing, it was even funnier because
you're a tall guy.
I'm like your height. Yeah, I'm like 6'3" or some shit. Yeah. It's like my little boys.
What is this NBA player doing?
And I'm also younger than all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Solid homies. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Good band. Good. I've met Brian a couple times, but seems like a very good guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid fucking homie. Yeah.
Yeah. What's so we were talking about Fago and the Fago reach before the podcast, because you got the Big Shot.
We have Big Shot, which is the New Orleans version of Fago. Yeah, and we have it in our store. So come on down and get one. Sorry, what was the question about?
I don't know. I feel like you had an ICP story.
Oh yeah, okay. That actually includes Brian, so that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, so Brian got married a few years ago.
Right.
A while ago now, but anyway, so he got married, and his bachelor party was ICP in New Orleans, and we went in a limo, and Zach, the lead singer of Pears, wanted everyone to. He was like the best man, so he was supposed to organize this bachelor party. He didn't do a great job. We only had a limo there. We didn't have a ride back. And I think he got really drunk and like bailed before ICP even played and shit.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't know. Pears is just a compilation of inside jokes and catchphrases and shit. And for some reason, I don't know if everyone was just like all fucked up and just started saying diaper one day, but diaper. You know, it's just like the EP. Before, or the EP was called In Diapers or whatever. It's just a lot of diaper jokes. There's no deeper meaning than that. Anyway, so it was like, let's all dress in diapers and go see ICP. And I said, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. And the drummer...
Just diapers?
Just diapers.
No shirt.
No shirt, no pants, diapers.
No.
And a lot of them did it. I didn't. The drummer, Jarrett, didn't. We're too cool or whatever. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. And the funny thing is that I was like, dude, these fucking Juggalo people are going to fucking like hate us. They're going to fucking like shit on us. And like, it's not going to be
Did Brian
good.
go in a diaper?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, he had to.
Yeah. And so we show up and everyone's walking around in diapers. And all these Juggalos were like, diaper boys! Like, they were stoked. They were fucking so stoked. They don't, no judgment. They're great people.
Judgment free zone, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Homies. Yeah. And I don't know, the night just progressed into insanity of just everyone being so fucked up and like ICP shows. Right. I don't remember a lot of it. I think Brian kept just walking backstage and no one stopped him, and then they like you know, like
in
kept
diaper.
pushing him out, you know, and then he like changed clothes. He kept borrowing people's clothes to keep sneaking backstage. It's not like anything was happening backstage. He just kept doing it.
Right. Yeah.
It was a good time. Yeah. I was hurting the next day. I was all fucked up.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Diaper boys.
Yeah. Yeah. At one point Zach was trying to organize a diaper march or something. Like a protest where everyone was in diapers. Didn't work out.
In protest of
just
a protest?
Just a
not protesting ICP or anything.
No, there's a separate event.
Oh, this is different.
Yeah. This isn't exactly. It's just New Orleans is crazy, and people just do crazy shit.
Anything goes for the most part.
Yeah. And like sometimes it's really fucking funny. Like for instance, over on Canal Street there was a sinkhole years ago, and it was during Cinco de Mayo, and so it was Sinkhole de Mayo, and people threw a party at the sinkhole, shit like that.
Right.
It's like wholesome. There's a page called "Look at This Fucking Street, New Orleans."
Okay.
And it's just we have terrible infrastructure and terrible streets.
Yeah, the streets are
and
terrible. Yeah.
There's like a street with like a giant hole in it. I didn't mean for it to go into potholes. Only talking about it, but they like people would like make these like cones, like a giant like 6-foot cone, and then like street art for that. I don't know. But anyway, this guy Matt, who was in a band called Little Bags with Zach before Pears, Matt organized this thing called Hot Walk to Hot Walk, like hot WALK to hot
WOK. Okay.
And basically, if you know New Orleans, it's a little funnier, but basically it was like a 4-mile walk from like the Marigny, like next to the French Quarter to Chalmette through the Ninth Ward, and they all like they all walked the 4 miles wearing T-shirts that had Sharpie "Hot Walk to Hot Walk."
4 miles there.
It's like some Always Sunny shit.
Yeah.
They walked 4 miles there and then ate at a fucking Chinese buffet called Hot Walk.
Then walked 4 miles back.
And can you imagine in the summer in August or some shit, like just dying, dripping sweat in the heat of the sun, walking 4 miles and then just slamming fucking Chinese food. Like, it's like that episode of Always Sunny when
the Wade
like,
Boggs challenge.
Yeah. It's like stupid shit like that, you know?
It's great. Yeah, man. Just, I think we walked about a block, and I'm in shorts, and I feel like I need to reapply some Gold Bond or something.
Yeah, dude. It's brutal out here. Yeah. August in New Orleans. But it's, you know, it's what separates the weak.
That's true, man. Yeah.
Whatever it's, yeah.
Do you think you're going to stay in New Orleans forever?
I tried. Well, yes, I'll always live here or have some form of home here, for sure. I don't think there's anywhere else I want to live necessarily.
Right.
I was dating a girl for a few years who lived in Montreal, Canada, French Canada, and
big difference.
Huge. And that was cool. I'm never doing winter again ever. Snow,
ice. Snow's rough.
It's, dude, I like was having a mental breakdown. Like, you guys are just okay with this. Right. You're just okay with living like this, walking around in this. It's like sand, but it's wet.
It's wet,
you know? I was like, shouldn't there be like a government truck that just comes and just gets all this shit out of here? Like, get it out of here, you know? And my brain didn't understand. It still doesn't. I don't know. Unless I go out of the country, and I don't even know if I want to do that. I kind of, you know, New Orleans is the way for me, probably.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love New Orleans. It's great. Yeah, and the people who are like, I like the culture, but it's dirty. I'm just like, that's part of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just like,
where are you from? You know, and like,
are you from the cleanest city in the world?
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I've been watching a lot of like YouTube videos about like American infrastructure and how, not just infrastructure, but just like planning and, you know, it's fucked. I mean, we're the land of the car. Suburbs are terrible. High rises are terrible. Like, there's all these things, like, there's no sidewalks, you know, there's no public water fountains. And like, you go to places like Europe or Australia or wherever the fuck, Canada, and like, Canada is about the same actually as America. But anyway, you go to some of these places and it's like just set up different, and you don't think it makes a difference, but it does. It's like having access to transportation and access to work is like, that's all you really need in society to like all these other things to flourish, you know? Whereas here it's like, oh yeah, hey, welcome to America. You need a house, you need food, you need a car, you need insurance. You need health insurance. You can't just get sick and like whatever, you know. It's anyway, I don't know, but nowhere is fucking perfect, obviously. But yeah, I think people that hate on New Orleans are probably addicted to the American suburb, and I get it. If you don't, you know, if that's what you want and that's what you love, and whatever, by all means. But it's not. I don't know. I'm super proud of my mom. The other day, she was talking to my aunt, and they were in the quarter where we are right now, the French Quarter, and my aunt, it was like getting dark. My aunt was like, "Oh, come on, we gotta hurry. We gotta get to the car." Like freaking out, like they're gonna get fucking.
We gotta get out of here.
It's like, my mom's like, chill, whatever, and she's like, "No, it's dangerous. I don't like being on this side of the lake after dark." And like people say shit like that, and I don't know. And they live on the North Shore and whatever. And my mom said something to her like, "Hey, you know, it's fine if that's what you want, but I don't want to live in an all white, like bland neighborhood, you know."
The damn oatmeal neighborhood.
Dude, ugh. Yeah. I grew up in that. It was just old people, and they're just mad at you for existing and being young.
Pretty much.
And like, you know. Anyway.
Man.
Yeah.
we've gone for like 50 plus minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. What I feel like this was a good episode.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for fucking having me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming all the way out here.
Yeah.
New Orleans Swamp Rags.
Shout out. Do you have any like closing words?
Check out Swamp Rags. Check out if you want to hear me talk more, I had a podcast called Short Pass Podcast with my buddy Matt Harmon. Check that out if you want. As far as closing words, maybe just like fucking, I don't know, self-care, take care of yourself, and fucking mental health is fucking a real fucking thing you gotta look out for. And fuck fascism and shit.
Right on.
It's about all yeah.
Respect. All right. Well, Dante, you had options, but you decided to talk to me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, bud.